Hi, I'm Dorothy Godin, broker through Max Crown Realty here in Sudbury, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. I've just ordered a new book. It's called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. And I know it sounds awful, it says death cleaning. And apparently this is something that started in Sweden, and it's I think it's going to be life-changing. I cannot wait to start doing this kind of cleaning. It's a little bit different than when I'm always talking about decluttering and prepping for sale and staging for sale. This is about, as you get older, taking care of business, taking responsibility for your stuff so that the people who are looking after you, whether they're looking after your house after your past or whether they've looking after your household items through a power of attorney because you have to go into long term. Basically, what I'm getting from everything that I've read and everything I saw on YouTube is we need to take responsibility for our stuff so that the people who are left behind don't have to deal with it all. And lately, I can tell you, and I know from my own experience too, my dad had receipts that went back into, when he bought his first house. And I believe, well, that had to be at least 70 years ago. And he had every receipt, every bank statement. And if we can in our generation take care of everything so that when we pass or when our children have to activate the power of attorney, if we can deal with everything now, then they don't have to. Because what happens is if you don't deal with your stuff and you have 30 and 40 and 50 years of stuff in your house, and if you've not sorted through important documents, then when you're gone, your family has to go through that whole house, and it's a process that needs to go fast because often the house needs to be sold. And they're in a time frame where they should be just grieving, or if it's you've not passed but you're going to long-term care, the children want to spend time with you. Instead, they're having to take time off of work to go clean out that house and decide what's worth keeping, what's not worth keeping. So what this book does, and I can't wait to read it all, is encourages you to take responsibility for your stuff now and decide, if I was gone tomorrow, would this particular situation, paperwork, this gift I got, 30 years ago, would it bring joy to whoever I'm giving it to? And if you have really important things that you want to pass on to your children, why not do it now? Why not do it now? Then you don't have to deal with it. Paperwork is a big deal. Like, I've seen so many people who have had to go through documents, and you can't just say, I'm going to put it in a dumpster, because there's a lot of sensitive information there. There's banking information. Yes, it might be 60 years old, but nonetheless, it could have social insurance and everything. So now you literally have to go through all those boxes to make sure there's nothing that's a sensitive matter that needs to be shredded. So I'm just going to encourage you that this is not decluttering, making more space in your house. This is preparing for the next generation if they have to take over. If they have to take over, if they have to sell your house, you're going to make it easier on them. It's going to be very emotional. It's going to take some time, but there's just, how many bins do you have in your house that you don't even know what's in those bins? I would encourage you to go through those bins, donate, throw away, give it to people who might want it. And don't be offended if, you have something that's very special to you and, one of your kids says, well, no, I don't want that. Don't be offended. Just pass it on to somebody else. I think I loved, the gentle art of Swedish death cleaning. To me, it might be a little bit of a life-changing moment for me because I know that I have a house full of stuff. A lot of the stuff I don't even know what it is. I think I have an attic in my garage that I don't even know what's in there. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the children of people who have passed or have to go into long-term care. I've seen the stress that these children have to go through, the decisions that have to be made. And all they want to do is, you've passed, all they want to do is take time and grieve. If you're having to go into long-term care, move or downsize, all they want to do is spend time with you. Um, so I think it's very important. I can't wait to delve into the book to see, what are the steps to be taking. From what I got so far, they said, do the less emotional rooms first, and then move into more emotional things later as you're figuring out where things need to go. There is no need for you to have 60 years of receipts for a house that you don't even own anymore. There's no need for you to have all those old records. I really think my dad had every receipt that he ever had, he kept. And it's just really, it's unfair to leave all that stuff for the next generation to have to go through. Um, it's not what they want to do. Time is very precious. People are very, very busy. And so, why wouldn't you take some of that burden off of them and deal with your stuff now so that, and also very clearly mark boxes. So, if you have boxes, this is for Katie, this is for Marcus, that's okay to have those boxes. These are important documents. I know that even with my dad, we totally forgot that he had a safety deposit box at the bank. And the only reason we found that is cleaning out one of those 100 boxes, and there was this key with a little note. So do your family a favor and do yourself a favor and lift that burden, and let's do some gentle art of Swedish death cleaning. As I read the book, maybe I'll share a little bit more. Market is pretty steady. It usually does slow down this time of year, and it really has, but average sale price is still doing very well. I hope you find this information enlightening. I certainly did researching this all week. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.